It's time for some new heroes. Sonic Heroes. 12 heroes, 4 teams, one new game that never gets old. Premiering on Nintendo GameCube. Rated E for everyone.
What was that? Crunchy! Guys?
Only Taco Bell has the spicy.
This is a regional emergency issued for the southern United States. The following message is issued by the National Weather Service of the United States government. The National Weather Service, in coordination with state and local authorities, has issued a civil danger warning for the southern United States due to extremely hazardous environmental conditions. This warning is in effect immediately and will remain active until further notice. Officials have confirmed a sharp increase in ultraviolet UV radiation levels, with readings ranging between 13 and 15, far above what is considered safe for human exposure. Additionally, temperatures across much of the region, including Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, and Florida, are expected to exceed 46 degrees C, 115 degree F, during the peak afternoon hours. These conditions pose a severe and immediate risk to public health. Exposure to sunlight, even for a few minutes, can result in serious skin burns, eye damage, heat stroke, and dehydration. Prolonged exposure may lead to life-threatening medical emergencies and overwhelm local health care systems. Residents are strongly urged to remain indoors and avoid unnecessary travel during daylight hours. If you must go outside, wear protective clothing that fully covers the skin, apply a high SPF sunscreen rated at 50 or higher, and wear sunglasses or face shields that block harmful UV rays. Everyone is advised to drink plenty of water, remain in air-conditioned spaces if possible, and regularly check on elderly relatives, children, and pets to ensure their safety. State and local emergency management agencies are monitoring the situation closely and will provide updates as conditions evolve. This civil danger warning will remain in effect until UV radiation and temperatures return to safe levels. Stay tuned to official government sources, local media, and NOAA weather radio for ongoing information and instructions.
This is a nationwide emergency warning. The following message is issued by the Australian Government and the Bureau of Meteorology. The Australian Government, in coordination with the Bureau of Meteorology and Emergency Management Australia, has issued a national emergency warning for all states and territories in response to a critical environmental threat. Authorities have confirmed that ultraviolet UV radiation levels across the country have reached extreme values, significantly higher than what is considered safe for human exposure. In addition, a dangerous heat wave is affecting large portions of the continent, with maximum daytime temperatures forecast to exceed 45 degrees Celsius in parts of Western Australia, South Australia, Queensland, and New South Wales. These conditions are expected to persist for several days and pose a severe risk to public health and safety. Officials warn that exposure to direct sunlight under these conditions can result in severe skin burns within minutes and may lead to permanent eye damage without adequate protection. Heat-related illnesses such as heat exhaustion and heat stroke are highly likely, particularly for vulnerable populations including infants, the elderly, outdoor workers, and those with pre-existing health conditions. Hospitals and emergency services are on heightened alert and preparing for a potential surge in medical cases. Residents are strongly advised to remain indoors during the peak heat hours between 11 a.m. and 4 p.m., use air conditioning where available, and take regular breaks in shaded or cool areas. If it is absolutely necessary to go outside, wear light but fully covering clothing, apply SPF 50+ sunscreen liberally and frequently, and use UV-rated sunglasses or face shields to protect the eyes. Everyone is urged to stay well hydrated, avoid strenuous activity, and check regularly on family members, neighbours, and pets who may be at greater risk. Emergency Management Australia is coordinating closely with state and territory governments to monitor the situation and will provide updates as conditions evolve. This national emergency warning will remain in effect until UV radiation levels and temperatures return to safe levels. Residents are urged to monitor ABC radio, local news outlets, and official government websites for further instructions and urgent updates.
We interrupt all regular programming to deliver a critical and urgent message regarding a potentially catastrophic cosmic event. This alert has been confirmed by NASA in full coordination with the United Kingdom Space Agency and other international scientific organizations. Astronomers have detected the red supergiant star EAS Scuti, one of the largest known stars in the galaxy, currently on a trajectory that brings it dangerously close to our solar system. While the full scope and consequences of this approach are still being investigated, preliminary analysis indicates that this event could trigger catastrophic environmental effects on Earth, including severe global temperature fluctuations, elevated ultraviolet radiation levels, disruptions to weather patterns, and potentially long-term impacts on ecosystems and planetary stability. At this moment, international teams of scientists, astronomers, and emergency response experts are working tirelessly to monitor EAS Scuti's trajectory, analyze potential risks, and develop contingency plans. These efforts include global preparedness strategies, communication of safety protocols, and coordination of protective measures for populations at risk. We strongly urge all citizens to remain calm, vigilant, and prepared. It is imperative to stay indoors as much as possible, limit exposure to direct sunlight, ensure access to emergency supplies including water, food, and medical necessities, and carefully follow all instructions issued by local authorities. The National Aeronautics and Space Administration, alongside international space agencies, is actively implementing emergency protocols to mitigate potential threats. Scientists continue to study EAS Scuti's approach and will provide updates as new information becomes available. This is a developing situation of unprecedented magnitude, and the safety and cooperation of the global population will be essential to minimizing risk. Citizens are urged to remain informed through trusted media sources, including NOAA Radio, NASA updates, official government communications, and other reputable news outlets. Continuous attention, preparedness, and adherence to safety guidance are crucial during this extraordinary cosmic event. We will continue to provide real-time updates as the situation evolves. Your vigilance and compliance with official instructions are vital to safeguarding life and property. This concludes the emergency alert. Stay tuned to official channels for further information.
regarding the update relating to UI Scooty's approach, as well as high temperatures and UV levels observed today. The National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA, in coordination with the United Kingdom Space Agency and a network of international observatories, has confirmed that the Sun and the red supergiant star UI Scooty are now on a direct, unavoidable collision course. Observational data gathered from both ground-based and space-based telescopes have confirmed that the trajectory of UI Scooty will bring it into direct contact with our Sun. The resulting interaction will produce a supernova of an astronomical event so powerful that it will not only destroy the Sun but will also completely destabilize and ultimately erase the solar system as we know it. When this collision occurs, the energy released will be equivalent to the combined power of millions of supernovae observed across the galaxy. Planetary surface temperatures will rise to levels that will boil oceans, melt the crust of the Earth, and render the atmosphere uninhabitable within moments. A flood of gamma radiation, X-rays, and ultraviolet radiation will sweep across the solar system, annihilating biological life instantly. Gravitational forces unleashed by the merging of these two massive stars will violently disrupt planetary orbits, causing moons to break apart, asteroids to rain down, and planets to be ejected from their paths before being consumed in the expanding blast wave. Earth's magnetic field will collapse under the strain of such forces, leaving the planet defenseless against cosmic radiation. The atmosphere will be stripped away by stellar winds and shockwaves, and every trace of surface life will be obliterated. The sheer scale of this event will transform the solar system into a field of debris, scattering its remains across interstellar space. It is with our greatest sorrow that no technology will be able to prevent the stars colliding with each other. NASA formally declares that there is nothing left to be done. Humanity, along with every living organism on this planet, this is an extinction-level event. This communication stands as NASA's last scientific advisory regarding this matter. Goodbye.
Thank you for participating in the American dream.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government in the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. This is not a test. Repeating, this is not a test. Please listen carefully to this message, as it contains critical and time-sensitive information regarding an unprecedented and irreversible global event. NASA has confirmed that EAS Cutie, a red supergiant star estimated to be approximately 1,700 times larger than our Sun, is on a direct and unavoidable collision course with our star. This is not a prediction or a theoretical model, this is a confirmed, imminent reality. Upon impact, the Sun will be completely destroyed, triggering a supernova of unimaginable power. This stellar explosion will unleash energy so intense that it will completely eradicate every planet, moon, and object in the solar system. All global contingency measures have been attempted and have failed. These include planetary defense systems, experimental energy redirection efforts, gravitational deflection strategies, and other classified countermeasures. None have succeeded. There are no remaining actions that can alter, delay, or prevent this outcome. Based on the most current data and predicted models, less than 5 hours remain until the point of collision. In the time remaining, conditions on Earth will deteriorate rapidly. Global temperatures are projected to rise exponentially, ultraviolet radiation will exceed lethal exposure thresholds, and the planet's atmosphere will begin to destabilize. Weather patterns will become increasingly violent, infrastructure will fail, and power grids worldwide may experience catastrophic collapse as the sun's output fluctuates in the final hours. When the collision occurs, the energy released will be catastrophic on a scale never before seen. The resulting supernova will emit intense radiation and a shockwave powerful enough to obliterate every celestial body in the solar system. On Earth, the effects will be immediate and absolute. Temperatures will surge to fatal levels, ecosystems will collapse entirely, and any remaining life support systems will fail within minutes. The planet's atmosphere will be stripped away, oceans will vaporize into space, and the surface will be incinerated before the planet itself is broken apart and reduced to dust. This is an extinction-level event. There are no survival options. Relocation, evacuation, or sheltering efforts are impossible and will not prevent the inevitable outcome. Citizens are strongly urged to remain calm, gather with family, friends, and loved ones, and spend the remaining time together. Panic will not change what is to come. This concludes the activation of the emergency alert system.